I don't think I've ever been on video actually talking to anyone up here before. But I am going to show you my garden. I'm going to turn it around and show you what it actually looks like. Stand up to the name that I have on here, right? All right, so here are a bunch of plants that I have growing. There are zinnias. Wow, that is a really pretty red. I probably should snip it, then the side shoots will grow out too. How cool is that? A whole bunch of other ones. I have hollyhocks in the back. I have some petunias, some carnations, a dahlia right here. Really, really pretty. We did have some issues with some plants coming in here. Celosia it looks like as well coming up. But we did have some issues with bunnies attacking literally everything. So that's why there's a spot between this growth and the zinnias. Alright, so this is the other box I have right here. So we have tomatoes. Spattered throughout are going to be the marigolds. Oh, my first flower! I think that one's a squash plant. I'm not sure which kind of squash plant, but it's a squash, I think. And that is the first bloom of the season. I am so excited. So I have cucumbers growing, squash growing, beans growing, corn growing. I've been trying to make sure that I don't have worms in my corn. You can kind of still see the webbing from before. Hopefully there's none of them trying to snuggle up. They'll literally take the leaves and they'll curl it closed and staple it closed to make a little house. It's kind of cute, but I don't want them to destroy my plants. So I had to evict those. Right, so I've never really been able to grow nasturtiums until this year. I mean, I've had them grow, but they never flowered or anything like that, and they died very quickly because they are technically for cooler months. So kind of like your late winter, early spring kind of plants, and they are already starting to teeter out, but we're going to enjoy the blooms as long as we can. First real big tomato of the season. I'm not sure what's wrong with this plant, but I think it's dying. It does not look healthy. It looks kind of sprawly, and all the ones that I don't know if it's a variety issue or not, but they just don't look happy. All right, over here we have some more cucumbers, squash, and things like that growing. Some more beans, which are starting to flower. More beans. These are called the dragon tongue beans. They're actually pretty cool. You should look them up. And then my other tomatoes, which you can see look way different than that one that's kind of strangly, it is starting to put on some fruit as well. And these are two different varieties. This one I think is the Roma one, and then this one has like a grouping, like a cherry tomato. So you can see the little babies in there. How cool is that? This over here is my potato bed. So I have sweet potatoes, which are not actually potatoes. They're part of the, I want to say, like morning glory nightshade. I don't know. I just know that they're not actually considered potatoes, and they're of the morning glory family, I believe. And then you have actual potatoes right here as well, which the leaves are starting to turn yellow. So I'm not too sure what's up with that. Either it's underwatering or overwatering. I'm not really sure. Over here I have a huge bed of carrots. Let's see, maybe I'll pull one out to show you guys what it looks like when you get a fresh carrot. I don't know if they're ready, but I'm just gonna pull one out just because. Oh, look at that carrot. Oh my god. That is super exciting. I'm speechless. How cool is that? Aside from the excitement of the corn pulling right there, I have a huge swath, whatever you want to call it, of garlic that I need to harvest soon, probably in about a month. There's onions in between here, along with a pepper plant. Peppers like the heat and the humidity, but they don't like a lot of direct sun, especially on their fruit. So I am trying to give them shade where they need it, but still allow them to get all the sunlight they need as well. In this bed, we still have the marigolds and different types of melons. So I think there's also pumpkin in here too. So we have pumpkin, watermelons of different kinds, and I'm trying to think I think that's the only ones. Oh, and the okra in the corner. Over here we have this one giant tomato plant, which I'm not too sure how it grew in this manner. Normally they grow straight up, but somehow at some point it may have laid over and just bent its way up into this shape. But because it's setting so much fruit, I don't want to take it out. We have all this fruit right here. It is so cool. I believe this was my cilantro plant. It is starting to flower, so I'm just letting it be beautiful. Like I said, nasturtiums, they're starting to head out. This is the okra right here, doing really well. It was planted a lot sooner than the other one you saw in the other bed. I have more onions in this bed. I'm not too sure how well they're gonna do. Typically when their stalk gets really soft and starts to flop over, it's time to take them out. But with these tiny ones that haven't really bulbed up a lot, I can't tell the difference on if they're ready. And then in this last bed, we have tons of strawberries. Like if you ever want to grow anything, strawberries is like the way to go. It's like instant gratification after that first season, and there's just so many. And it's called Berry Treasure Red, I believe. Let's see if I can get the tag clean. Oh, the tag broke in half. Let's see. Yes, Berry Treasure Red. Definitely a good one. Good producer. You get the Berry Treasure Red. You get the proven winners, not proven winners, I think it's Espoma Berrytone. I think it's the Berrytone fertilizer, and you'll be happy. Just make sure you mulch around it with straw. We have some more beans, same variety. Basil, more nasturtiums, another okra. I believe this is cilantro, but don't quote me on that, it could be parsley. When it starts to bolt, it looks a little differently. And then an orange hat tomato, which does have plenty of fruit on it. And that's it. Oh, let me show you my little thing that I haven't put in yet, which is over here. So I have more plants. I know, yes, just overgrown. Oh, look at his little, oh, it's a praying mantis. Oh, look at his little face. Hello. I'll leave you alone, little guy. All right, so I have more okra, some more tomato plants, more pepper plants in here, as well as some cucumbers and cayenne peppers and other peppers as well. It's going pretty good. I am so looking forward to this year. I think I might have one of the largest harvests I will ever have. All right, bye guys. All right, so you saw that was a lot of stuff in here. I'm trying to keep up with watering because I don't do anything. I do everything by hand with watering and weeding and all that. So we'll see how it goes this season. I am just so excited about this squash flower because that means once they start to flower, they're gonna really start to produce. And let's see, I think there's one producing right now. Let me show you before I go. I already said bye, but we're not done yet. All right, so just so you can kind of see, this long straggly one right here is the male flower, if I'm not mistaken. So this is where you would take your finger, or the ants would come in here and they would just touch all over the pollen. You get a little pollen and stuff on your fingers, and then it would come over to one that's a bulbous one, like this one right here. You can kind of see it's already starting to bulb up. That's where you would get inside that flower. The pollen from one would go into this one, and then by that happening, this one gets pollinated, and it has basically the DNA it needs, the stuff it needs from both plants to go ahead and produce that fruit that you can see kind of already forming right now. How cool is that? I am so excited. The season has really begun. All right, I'm gonna take my carrot inside. I hope you guys have an awesome, amazing week. Enjoy the weather as best you can. Enjoy your family, friends, everything. It's just, I'm so excited about this carrot. I don't even know why. It's the best looking carrot I've ever grown in my entire life. How cool is that? All right, bye guys.